You're listening to another Geek Pride podcast. Welcome to Gentlemanly Chats.
Yeah. Dayman! Fighter of the night, man! Champion of the sun! You're a master of karate and friendship for everyone, Dayman! Fighter of the night, man! Champion of the sun! You're a master of karate and friendship for everyone, Dayman! Fighter of the night, man! Champion of the sun! You're the master of karate and friendship for everyone! Hello and welcome to Gentlemanly Chats. I'm the resident beard, Michael Orvis. We haven't really done a sound check, so I'm just going to kind of move the microphone wherever the fuck I want, and eventually we'll find a place that's comfortable. With me is a very special guest who was in a failed attempt at a podcast quite a while back. Just pop it on the cork. Yeah, that's definitely a microphone placement. So put that there. That goes there. Probably there. Sweet. With me is a very special guest that was on a failed podcast called Freaks, Geeks and Weirdos that never really got anywhere because I'm terrible. And I couldn't find enough interesting people that wanted to talk to me. I'm dying. I'm on the end of a cold, so I'm probably going to sniff and I'm probably going to cough. Sorry to the people that complained during the Dean podcast where I was literally dying and had all of the sniffles and the coughs. With me is a man who can sonically engineer the end of the known universe. A man who has the ability to orally reproduce your hopes and dreams. A man who has a bigger beard than me, and I'm okay with that. I'm alright with that. I don't even want a bigger beard. I even trimmed my beard this morning, so I don't even care. So fuck off. It is, cough break, it is Mr. Graham Waller. What, are you only communicating via theremin now?
It's just how I communicate, apparently.
Am I getting a soundboard because you're
You
here?
happen to be in a studio and I like engineering the end of the universe, apparently.
Is that what the end of the universe sounds like?
To me.
I'm fairly certain there is no sound in space. Maybe it would sound like that. Except for the sound of lasers, because, I mean, we've all seen Star Wars.
Just waiting for me to pull up the sound effects library now.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. For
That
fuck's
is
sake.
That is fine.
Welcome to Gentlemanly Chats, a slice of life into my geeky world. I'm working on a new, tagline, because I feel that I probably need a tagline so people know what the podcast is about. Because it's kind of just irreverent ramblings / therapy / geek stuff.
I fear as it's a gentlemanly chat, I feel we need a fire crackling in the background. Should we add that?
Don't just keep... Because
Should we
that'll
add
just
that?
detract from what's going on.
There's a fire. Let's have a fire.
Right, good. Okay,
There's
so
brandy, people, there's cigars.
just some light jazz. If we'll just build a... You could add a crowd and I'd feel like the podcast meant something.
Should we just have ambience of courtrooms or something? Party. Let's have a party.
Courtrooms?
Let's have a party.
Right, anyway.
There we go.
So, yeah, people need to, know what the podcast is about. So, I don't know if these have been picked up by the mic. I just kind of hope they are, because I didn't bring my headphones because I'm a terrible, terrible podcaster. Graham.
Yes.
Do you listen to the podcast?
I do, occasionally.
Okay,
I won't lie, I'm not a regular tuner in.
That's fine. You're not
If
one of
that's
the
even a
glorious
thing.
30 who listen per week.
Apparently not. I'm not that special.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm very special viewers.
You are.
Or listeners. However.
Every one of you is a very special. Especially you. You know you are. You're listening. You're looking great today. Whoever that was, they just got a bit of a confidence boost. Maybe I should start each podcast with just a bit of like a close-up, sexy confidence boost.
Absolutely.
All right,
You're fantastic.
Hang on, just
okay.
Is that a new outfit? You're looking. Damn, I mean, I would. Yeah. Even in that, it's a bold choice you made today, and I'm just really quite proud of you. So, just keep working it. Because you are just, Yeah, I think that's a new.
It is.
That's a new. Well, I've got right. Okay.
All we need is a bit of ambience, and that becomes something terrifying.
Well, don't do that. Well, so the way that the podcast works now. What is this? What ambience
Don't worry
is it?
about it.
Oh, okay, fine, I won't. So the way the podcast works is we start off with things we like. Then there's kind of a roundtable discussion, and I wanted to add a new section to the podcast. Now, if you don't want to do this, that's fine, because you're the guest, and I'm not going to make you. And I haven't really thought it through. I've just got a clever name, and I went, yes. Because as you know, Graham, the way that I work is I start with a name and work backwards, because puns. So, Mike's likes and Nick's picks, we've got to think of something for you, because you're not Nick. So, something that rhymes with your name that means something you'd like. G's, please?
Okay.
Alright, wicked. That was easy.
We'll do that.
So, Mike's likes. This week, you got to pick something that you it could be anything that's just made you happy this week that you want to share with the rest of the world.
Okay.
My one is I'm going to plug another podcast because normally it's See If It Sticks, but this week I'm going to plug the Kaiju-saurus podcast. My friend on Facebook, Hamish, shared it, and I was like, I like kaiju movies, I'm going to check this out. And there's two Scottish lads, a little bit younger than I am, who talk about kaiju movies. One of them's like a seasoned veteran, he's been a kaiju fan for 15 years, and the other one's a relative newbie, and they're literally just going through all the Godzilla films. Now, I love kaiju films. I like them in a very B-movie, like, this is fucking great. There are monsters fighting. Me and you went and saw the Godzilla movie.
Absolutely.
The 2014 one.
I still remember your girlish glee.
Oh, man.
It was amazing.
I fucking love that movie. And loads of people shit-canned it, because they're like, it's got no plot. I'm like, it's not the point. Oh, but this happened. It's not the point. Did Godzilla fight a motherfucker? Yes. Did Godzilla kill a motherfucker? Yes. Was there fire? Yes. Was there lasers? Yes. Fucking, that's all you need.
And the most metal death ever.
The most metal death ever. Need I say it one more time, ladies and gentlemen? Fire, vomit, fucking decapitation.
There was knee grabbing,
Yes.
folks. Okay, there was actual knee grabbing.
I grabbed his knee so hard, I think I made him pregnant.
There was bruising.
There's a massive, hairy baby running around in the woods of Chatham. and there's nothing
Do
anyone
not
can
approach
do about it.
him.
He will fight you. And he's the combined strength of both of us. Like, we can't hold him at bay. He's some kind of crazy man baby.
Absolutely.
Or baby man.
I'd go with the second one.
Alright, baby man. He's a baby man. He's a baby man. Like, fully formed man. Just about a foot high. And like Ant-Man, you know Ant-Man's small and can do powers relative to his size. That's what, like, baby man can do. He can just punch a motherfucker right in the knees and they go, oh, my fucking knee. I might have lost the thread of what I was talking about. Kaiju-saurus podcast. Get out.
Just needs a reggae air horn occasionally. I mean, it can be totally MLB.
Well, I haven't 360 no scope today, so never mind. Do you know what, man? I was gonna write a fucking I wrote a sketch fucking years ago for Geek Pride. It never fucking went anywhere because trying to get other people involved with stuff is a fucking nightmare. But I wrote a sketch that was like, you're in a war room and there's all these soldiers and they're like fucking battered, right? And you pan around and there's people just fucked. Absolutely fucked. And the colonel's going, we need, they're murdering us out there. There's nothing we can do about it. And then one of them stands up and goes, there's only one thing we can do. Brilliant. Cheers for the soundscape. There's only one thing we can do. We're going to have to use the forbidden technique. And everyone's like, no, we can't do it. He's like, we've got to do it. It's the only way. Cut to them with their sniper rifles, throwing the scopes off of their sniper rifles, then dubstep, quick cuts, people doing 360 no-scopes in midair, and shooting ninjas. Then they all walk away, and there's a big explosion, and they put on the deal with it glasses, like paper or cardboard representations of the literal 8-bit GIF.
And then the Who plays, and everyone's happy.
And then yeah, like that, yeah,
Dun, dun.
yeah.
But
it never came to be. So anyway, the Kaiju Saurus podcast is definitely worth watching because, like I said, I had a very visceral enjoyment of kaiju movies. But now, especially after hearing the one about the original, the OG Godzilla, 1954 Godzilla, I've got a way deeper appreciation for it. It's a fucking masterpiece of a film. I watched the film after listening to the podcast again and was like, shit, guys, you're totally right. I think the guy's name is Ross and Steve. If I've got that wrong, I apologise, but I've only listened to 3 episodes so far. It's fucking great. You should all check it out. And, as a sneaky bonus, the Dayman song from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I still don't know if I like that programme, but I do like the Dayman song, and it's been stuck in my noggin. Hence the fact you got a lovely rendition of it at the start of the podcast. Graham.
yeah.
What's been tickling your pickle this week?
Tickling my pickle, aside from somebody downstairs.
It's not me. It's
no,
not me.
I mean, you have your chance, occasionally. And I'm okay with that. I feel this needs some paparazzi.
What goes in the... Why paparazzi?
No, just... But look, get off! Get off! Go away! Alright, I'm not that famous.
What are you
For
doing?
fuck's sake. Sorry, just whenever I get a sound effects library, I just kind of
You're
just...
very excited.
Apparently.
Are you excited to be on?
I'm excited to be on.
It's been 2 years.
I think I've finally got this podcast thing. That we just have a chat.
Yeah.
Because I was so anti before, and I'm a changed man.
Okay.
And I'm thankful for that. That's kind of tickled my pickle.
Right.
I'm also thankful for a lovely EP.
Okay.
That came out this week by the Top Cat Collective. And what made me smile was what we were discussing just now, where, me being an audio nerd, they kind of wanted to create a little 80s moment. And when you hit a snare drum on a drum kit...
What's the EP called so people can get it?
The EP is
people
called...
can pick it up. Is it on the iTunes?
It is on the iTunes.
Right, okay, so
It's absolutely on the iTunes.
If you have the iTunes...
It is a self-titled EP, Mike.
Right.
It is the Top Cat Collective EP.
Excellent. We'll check
Okay.
that out.
It's
You
fantastic.
mother lickers.
But yeah, there's a little moment where they put a little hand clap behind a snare drum and it sounds 80s and it's cool and it really made me smile on the bus when I listened to it.
Excellent.
It was fucking fantastic. I'm very happy with that.
Good.
Here's a sneak preview.
Oh, okay.
Let's have a bit of a sneak preview of said moment.
Yeah.
Listen to that.
Graham spilled his beer. It's all good.
Party foul.
Yeah.
That is groovy as hell.
I think so.
So there you go. Go get it.
I think most of us just became pregnant just by listening to that.
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay. Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing that we've done. We're a quarter of the way into the podcast. We're only in section 1.
I think we should move on.
I think we're too tangential, Graham. We need to rein this puppy in.
Absolutely.
Graham has proved to me that I might not even like music. I might just be a self-centered arsehole. At which point the Collective 30 went, Jesus! It's taken him 59 episodes to realise that. Fuck you, listeners. Please don't leave. I love you all. Please don't leave. Yeah. So turns out there's a little thing in drum production when people make albums. And it's really simple when you think about it, but there are 2 ways of panning drums, really. You can either pan the drums as if you were watching the show, so you pan from right to left.
Correct.
With, what the drummer was hitting. So if the drummer hits a high tom, that's going to be on the right. Or if they hit a low tom, that's going to be on the left. Because that's what you're looking at if you were looking at a drummer. Now, From the drummer's perspective, that's the opposite. Turns out, almost everything I've got in my iTunes library that's on my phone, so like in regular listening at the moment, is all panned to drummer's perspective. What the fuck, Graham?
I'm sorry I've opened that can of worms for you.
Because firstly, it was quite interesting because we were listening to the Lotus Eater, which is kind of like our jam.
Absolutely.
And then he was like, you know, this is panned to the drummer's perspective. And I was like, oh shit, maybe that's why I like it. I joked. And then we went through Transatlantic, Winery Dogs, Haken, more Opeth, all panned to the fucking drummer's perspective. Turns out I don't like music, I just like drums. So I give up. On music and life. Apart from that little tinkle on the piano then earlier. So I guess Jade didn't hear us because otherwise she would have been like all up in our nonsense.
Been up here,
yeah,
dancing around.
Absolutely. She looked like a champion of the sun.
Apparently.
And a master of karate and friendship.
She heard and she approves, everybody. There was a yell from the downstairs area. We have been heckled.
I've recently, there's a trend in me doing podcasts and me and whoever being heckled by their girlfriend.
I see.
This happened with Nick the other day. And then in the stream, I want to talk about the stream last night, right? Lily the bitch. Yeah, I'm calling her out. Well, fucking, I'd been at a funeral, so I was feeling quite like my humour was feeling pretty dark. And I was being massively over dramatic because some dude came onto the stream. I'm not going to name him, but some dude came onto the stream and was asking us to play Minecraft. We haven't played Minecraft for like 3 weeks, and he keeps coming on every time we're on and being like, "Hey, you play Minecraft?" Like, well, clearly we're not playing Minecraft. And then he like makes a snarky comment and fucks off. Now, normally we laugh about it, but I was feeling a little bit like raw because I've been at a fucking funeral all day. And I was like, well, that's it. He's gone. We've only got 3 viewers. I guess that's it. And then Lily was like riding my dick about stuff, and not in the good way. And just like generally taking the piss. And I just went, right, that's it. I've had enough. I'm going to do it. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to go out to the back, find a fucking thick rope, because I'm going to need one, because I'm fat, and fucking hang myself. And she pissed herself laughing. And then I was like, no, that's it. You've done it now. She's cackling. And I said, what the fuck are you cackling about? She's like, I'm not, I'm just laughing. And then Nick pointed out that she was crying. So literally, I told the world, 3 people on a stream, I told 3 people on the stream and Nick and Lily that I was going to hang myself in the garden. And Lily cried happy tears.
Fuck.
Happy tears.
Wow.
That I was going to die. So thanks, Lily. Who doesn't listen to the podcast, it doesn't matter. Nick doesn't listen to anything ever, so I'm safe. I could probably also cunt off my ex because she never listened to anything anyway. Anyway, I mentioned that last week. I'm going to keep mentioning it because stuff and things. We saw a movie.
We did. Tonight.
Just about an hour ago.
We emerged from the pit that was the cinema.
Yeah, Sex Men Metalocalypse. It was it was a film. All right, Graham. I'll tell you what. Right, you like I'm a bit of a film nerd. You're an everyman as far as film is concerned.
I am the everyman. There are many film travesties I've committed that are not in things.
So Graham Waller, for the next minute and a half, your film review of X-Men Apocalypse, please.
Okay, putting me under pressure now.
Fine. You can do it. I believe in you.
That's fine. It was very pretty to look at. No, I just leave it there. The end.
No, just silence.
Basically, I'd say the first. Let's be fair to the film. First half an hour, pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
It was promising, people. It was very promising and very lively, very pretty. You know, lots of places for it to go.
Like the start of a relationship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I was ready.
Yeah.
And
right.
And then shit just got weird. Okay, it started getting very, very funny, and not in the fun way. Let's put it that way. I mean, it was just kind of really with this. Okay, they're making in jokes. Okay, right. Yep.
See now.
Yep.
Oh no.
Okay.
Carry on. Sorry.
Yep. There's going to be something cool's going to happen now. No, they're going to do the same thing, and it never really felt like it kind of went anywhere for me. and that's really it for me, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, it was fun. Would I buy it to watch again? Probably not.
Okay.
If I'm honest with you.
Fair enough.
There we go. My honest opinion. Without revealing any spoilers.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh well, fuck it. Fucking this won't come out for like another 2-3 weeks. So like, yeah, it's fine.
Wolverine dies.
He doesn't. Don't do that. Don't be that guy.
I'll be that guy.
So, yeah, seeing them in their I'm going to use brackets proper costumes. That was good. Was pretty dope. Although I do want to point out, it's taken 6 fucking films. And if we're counting the Wolverine, it's taken 9 fucking films. And if we're counting Deadpool, it's taken 10 fucking films to get us in their original fucking costumes. So, you know, I'm less than impressed. Although technically, if we're going to like put our nerd glasses on and go, well, actually, First Class did have the original costumes in the 1969 version of the X-Men. You're absolutely right, but you know what I'm fucking talking about. Shut up, I'll fight you. Anyway, so, right, plot holes are plenty.
They were numerous.
Couple I picked out. Why can't Nightcrawler teleport through electrified fences? Fuck's that about?
It'll, you know, just block. Apparently, electricity blocks everyone.
Well, no, they did some kind of like barrier, right, that stopped mutant powers. Okay, right, that's fine. Okay, not a problem. So when they opened up the helicopter that Jean Grey, Nightcrawler, and fucking Cyclops were hiding on, Jean Grey can't use her powers to go, we're invisible. Yeah. Because they're on the fucking helicopter still. So, what the titty flapping fuck happened there then? She just went, sorry, give me a minute. No, I know this is really embarrassing, but we didn't know about this. Right. So, when the barrier's on, can things from outside affect it? Because he teleported inside, surely.
The electricity was on at that point.
The electricity was on at that point, so when he teleported, it would have like stopped him from going inside. Maybe I don't know. If we're going to go with the comic books, then no, that doesn't happen because he uses different dimensions. So the portal would have opened up because he wasn't using his powers to open that portal because he'd already used his power to do the original teleport. That okay, fine. I've solved it via the actual comics. Right. Why can Magneto only use metal when it sort of suits him? Because he had a belt on. Right, the arrow. Let's talk about the arrow for a second. Not the fucking Green Arrow. Let's talk about the arrow that killed his fucking both his loved ones because they happened to be hugging in a special way.
And not being funny, the guy didn't even have his bow drawn properly. It was just kind of a
yeah,
like totally by accident. The guy was just holding it. With it in
half cocked,
if that, and just
because he saw a scary bird.
He wasn't actively like.
He also wasn't pointing it at them. He just had it near the ground.
It wasn't a full draw, people, and it was just.
I've been shot an arrow at that distance, at that kind of pull, and that didn't look like a particularly strong bow.
Exactly. That arrow would have had a tip on it that he could have gone. Hang on a sec, no.
Well, apparently no, because they knew enough to not have any metal, unless any of them had iron in their blood. But never mind.
Let's not go there, shall we?
Maybe he hasn't learned how to do that yet, because he only learned that in the second X-Men film. So okay, fine. His powers hadn't developed or some bullshit. I don't fucking know. Surely Apocalypse had iron in his blood. So when he fucking awoke the power within Magneto to go, oh look at me, I can use all the metal. Surely he would have gone, oh, there's metal in everyone's blood. I'll just fucking kill Apocalypse then and become the new ruler. And then I've now got my special magnet powers to go and form new fucking Genosha and move all the mutants onto there. Like, it's just, there's a lot of problems. Why does Magneto only use metal when he feels like it? For example, when the Jet rocks up and he's all in, like, magnet trance, surely he'd be like, oh, there's some folk over there. They're trying to stop what's going on.
I'm just going to fuck their jets off.
Also, how many fucking exes do I want to see in that movie?
Oh my God.
I'm not talking like ex-girlfriends, because that would be hot. Jennifer Lawrence, all day, twice. Yeah. No, but for real, how many times do you want to put the letter X in? It's not clever. It's not clever. Not after 10 films. It's not clever. We're not all going, oh, that's really good. Look at the imagery and that. When Magneto throws the big X, and I'm like, come on. It's so dumb. I don't need to see the Golden Gate Bridge or the other bridge in America,
Brooklyn.
that fucking bridge, get destroyed anymore in films. So I'm just... Can you write that down, Graham? Just no more Dear Hollywood.
No.
Right, take a
Dear
letter.
Hollywood.
Take a letter. Get your special pen out. Okay. Dear Hollywood.
Dear Hollywood.
Please stop it.
Please stop
with
it.
the bridge thing.
With the bridge thing.
Lots of love.
Love and kisses.
The beard.
The beards.
XOXO.
XOXO.
And then draw a bridge, getting broken, and then put an X around it.
Or on it, but because apparently we
Put
need
a
to
cross
put
through
X's.
it.
Yeah,
Not an
X's
X.
on everything.
Or a cross. So no.
No.
Will you just mail that to Hollywood, please?
There you go. It's gone.
Alright, wicked.
It's gone.
We'll wait for the owl. Is that what letters sound like when they...
Apparently, that was an email.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I didn't ask you. I said to get you a special pen.
It was stylus.
Oh, I see. I've been duped. I've been duped by this ragamuffin. Right. So there were just a lot of plot devices. Apocalypse's powers were inconsistent.
Yeah.
He wasn't a great villain. Like, there wasn't a lot of conflict. It just...
He rocks up, shit occurs.
There's that
okay,
moment where he's like...
That's pretty evil. Let's go stop that.
There's that scene where he's like mutant Hitler, where he's just learned
God.
English. And he's like, oh, the humans, they've risen up. They need to be own language cleansed. What? Saved. Like,
and then he takes them
and
to
then he
fucking
takes them to
Auschwitz.
Auschwitz. Yeah.
It's like, this is getting a bit Hitlery.
It's like, what the fuck
This
are you
guy's
doing?
clearly bad.
Also,
wow.
Like, there wasn't a lot of building going on. He's like, we'll remake the world. And he built, like, 2 pyramids. And then the rest was just, like, air metal. Just metal floating around.
There was a lot of force fields.
Yeah.
Lots of them.
There was a lot of them.
And teleporting.
Yeah.
Conveniently.
And Havoc...
Like, hey, we're in Egypt, fucking up people on the other side of the world. Oh, we're there now. Okay.
Well, apparently, Graham, I learned the other day that there's a classic story trope. The Lord of the Rings trilogy isn't actually about World War II. Because everyone thinks it's about World War II.
Apparently.
It's actually about how you shouldn't try to cheat death.
Okay.
So all the bad characters try to cheat death. Gollum, the Nazgul, Sauron, right? They're all trying to stop themselves from dying. Saruman. Mm-hmm. Whereas all the good characters, even though if they live long lives...
They do eventually.
But they all accept death graciously. They all just go, now's my time, I've got to die, as opposed to fighting it. Mm-hmm. And I noticed parallels to like that story, that trope, in X-Men, because Apocalypse doesn't want to die, wants to live forever, and he's like fighting death and he gets punished for it, whereas like Havoc kind of just accepts that he's going to die. I know it's an accident, but like...
Wait, too late.
There's no remorse. I fucking said, fuck you. I said, it was a fucking film. Look, if you haven't watched it, I'm gonna write in the comments, in the description, that we're talking about X-Men. So fuck you. I'll come around your house and I'll fight you. I will fight you. That's no lie.
He's the Dayman, people. Make sure you're the Nightman when
Fighter
he comes to
of
fight
the
you.
Nightman, champion of the sun.
Master of karate
and friendship for everyone.
Absolutely.
For everyone. Right, I've only got one more thing to add to the podcast because I'd only sort of half remembered we were doing it. I mean, because I think this is going to go on long enough to be another half an hour. I don't. Is there anything you want to bring? Because this is a question I want to ask that's pretty specific to you. Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully you're going to educate me, because it comes from a point of rage in my life that I'm gonna try and get you to educate me about. But have you got anything that you want to bring to the table? Got any stories that you want to tell? Has anything interesting happened? Is there just anything that you think could be discussed on here? Gentlemanly Chats, the open forum slice of life geeky podcast?
If I'm honest with you, nothing springs to mind right now. I kind of do want to tell them about our little trip to the woods.
What little trip to the woods? What, ages ago?
Yeah.
We can talk about that if you want.
We can talk about that.
Alright. Do you know what? Yeah. Because I've been getting shit about that recently.
Really?
Yeah. Weirdly enough. Because it's just so happened that a couple of people I've been talking to, I know what happened.
Right.
And I swear I did talk to Nick about this at some length, I think. I think I did talk to Nick about it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it was about the same time that I did that podcast with you. So, are you going to talk about the time that you met Jimmy Page in a lift and he touched you?
Yeah, true. It wasn't Jimmy Page though, it was Robert Plant.
Yeah, one of them. It was one of them. So anyway,
the Zeppelin of lead.
Yeah, there've been a couple of times where I've gone. Yeah, when I lived in the woods for that charity thing, I did X, Y, Z because we were talking about some survival shit or like.
Yeah.
I was talking about. In fact, it happened last night on the stream. Again, in the stream that just consisted of me being cunted off and then threatening to kill myself. Yeah, someone asked me about. There's a character on Battleborn who can grab a log and he goes raw and turns it into a smaller version of himself. And he's got a beard and long hair, so they're like, oh, Mike. And I said, I've literally had one experience of whittling, and it was when I was living in the woods. And then like, oh, you only did it for a night. And I was like, I didn't do it for a night, I did it for 3 nights. Fuck you.
Yeah.
4 days. Fuck off. Fuck off. So, for those of you that don't remember, or are new to the podcast, myself and Graham wanted to do something for the charity crisis. It's the first and only time we're going to do something for the charity crisis, because they're a cunch of bunts, basically. Yeah. Unsupportive and not very helpful.
I'm quite ungrateful, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, I don't need a
fair bit of money for him.
Yeah, what was it, like £400-500?
Yeah, not so much as a thank you.
Yeah. I've picked a charity to do something for some kind of future event. I either want to put on like a 6-hour gig, like where I'm on drums,
right,
and people can come up and jam.
There's a Twitch stream,
or a 24-hour gaming event.
Sure.
I want to do it for Mind, the charity Mind,
sure,
because it's a charity that I did a little something for Mind about a year ago. Not like in terms of donation, but my friend Stacey Rebecca, who some of you might know, does cosplay and stuff. She's quite famous for it on the internet. She was doing a whole charity stream for Croydon Mind. And she wanted people to kind of, like, what's the word? Like, do like a testimony. So say like, hey, I've got this mental illness, I've got this mental illness. So I stepped up to the plate and did a little video. I was like, hi, I'm Geek Pride resident beard Mike Orvis, and I suffer intermittently from depression and have ADHD. And that went online, was like in a collaboration of lots of other things, and it was like 1 in 3 people suffer from a mental illness, blah 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 blah. Anyway, so Mind has always kind of been in my mind. It's just I think mental health is pretty fucking important. Anyway, that's a tangent. So let's get back to Crisis. So what were your reasons for wanting to go to the woods with me?
Well, it kind of sparked in my head from that experience we had at the co-op, where there was a guy just inside he was just trying to keep warm, and security are trying to put him out and get him on the street, and we had a chat with him, and turns out he just had nowhere to go, and we give him the change we had in our pocket, told him to try and find somewhere, and. It's a long story short. Basically, there was a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, not to toot my own horn. That's not what I'm doing. But didn't we get money out for him?
Yeah,
I swear we got money out for him.
We did. Yeah. When we to get a hotel or something.
Yeah.
We gave him like 60 quid.
Yeah, something like
that. And he I wouldn't have done this for any old idiot that was trying to spinning us a sob story. He genuinely didn't want our help.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He didn't want us to call him anyone. He didn't want us to, like, even if it was the police.
He really didn't want us to call the police.
No, because, like, nobody was going to take him in.
Yeah.
And I just felt really sorry for him. So we put this together because I just felt that nobody should be in that position. That, you know, even at that time of night, it was about 10, 11, something like that they can't get anywhere because and that's what got me. Homeless shelters are open in office hours only. Like, people only are made homeless during office hours. It fucks me off.
Yeah.
And why isn't there a 24-hour centre that people can, you know, just rock up to and go, hey, massively in trouble, or, you know, I just can't be on the streets anymore.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing, where they can just have a roof over their heads for the fucking night. It doesn't, you know, that's what does my head in.
Yeah.
So I got behind it. We go to the woods with no... we had to organise our own press.
Yeah.
We had to organise everything about it. And the press we got ended up taking the piss out of us, pretty much.
A little bit.
You know, hey, it was failed camping attempt. When the guy genuinely just asked me for an update and we gave him the honest answer.
Yeah.
And it was spun into this, hey, we did an extreme thing and it went wrong. And like, no, it was unsafe.
Yeah.
Is what it was. And I'd rather not be in hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, had it been life or death, that would have been different, but it wasn't. It was, we're going to do this endurance thing, providing it's safe.
Yeah.
And it became unsafe.
Uh-huh.
That's it. So we get there, we build a shelter, we build a fire.
Which was, like, the first day was awesome.
Was great. Absolutely great. Like, we had a bitchin' shelter.
Yeah.
Day 2, we found a fucking mattress that was next to brand new, and it was the most comfortable night's sleep I've had outside. Because we got it inside our shelter. It was like a fucking bed. It was amazing.
We found this dump, and there happened to be a mattress, and we were like, bed bugs or no, let's fucking... We ran a fire over it to kill anything that was on there, and yeah, it was fucking great. Like, I remember that first night, and just, like, cutting down trees
to make our shelter, and that takes awesome. A lot longer than you think.
Oh, way longer, yeah.
Like, we got there at what, 10?
Mm-hmm.
It took us all day.
Yeah.
Like,
to create a good shelter. Because you have to thatch the leaves in order to get
waterproof, all that kind of guidance. So we did that. We had a fire going. We were, you know, we had a bit of provisions, but we had enough for what, 2-3 days tops.
Yeah.
And minimal at that. And then after that, we were going to hunt together and do bits and pieces.
And we'd already got some elderflower at that point.
Yeah, we were gathering, we were doing bits and pieces. Day 2 in the evening, we ended up having a visit from the police. It took them about 25-30 minutes to find us because our shelter was that well camouflaged that they were literally on top of us. We could see their boots, you know, outside our shelter. We just said, "Can we help you?"
Yeah,
and nearly let them jump out their fucking skin. To which we then just wave a letter of permission in their face, and they go away kindly because people around there were get off my land type people. We weren't on their land at all. We were on the side that we were actually supposed to be on. So, you know, everything was kind of against us. Then our water filters kind of broke, and we were boiling water, and we weren't. Hands up, we weren't sure.
Yeah,
you know, and I didn't want to go there. Our food
like a mile. We sort of sat down and had a sort of a thing about it. About a mile away, maybe 2 miles away, there was like a source of water, but it was a case of like, what's the fucking point
if we're just going to a water
tap?
Because
we went with no money. Yeah. Like, we had no money. There was a town about 4 miles out. Yeah, and I remember on the morning of the 3rd day, so that was the night we then decided in the morning we were going. On the 3rd day, we went on this massive walk at like 6 o'clock. Because you're up at the fucking crack of dawn.
There's no indicators. It's just whenever it's light. You know.
As soon as the birds start, you're like, oh, okay, it's time to be awake now.
It was like 4:30.
Yeah. I also want to mention the fact that I was ill as fuck.
Oh, he was
as well. Like, yeah, I had a really, really bad head cold, and when I'm like, that sounds bad. That sounds like grow up. But when you're then sleeping outdoors. And I was shivering cold, and it was pretty dangerous. I hallucinated like some kind of ridgeback fucking spider.
I slept like a lot,
but
I've been outside in that kind of thing. And it's like, and after we found a comfy place to sleep, you know, that was me. I was done. But yeah, I really enjoyed that walk that we did. We went on like a 10-15 mile just wander and just kind of contemplated life a little bit. And we tried to gather food, and there was a lot of farmland around there. But but again, if it was life and death, I wouldn't have given 2 fucks. I would have been straight on those fields and gathering.
Yeah.
However, kind of don't want to break the law.
Yeah.
Kind of had the police on us already. It was like, let's not bother. And we were told there was a fishing lake. It was all locked up.
Oh yeah, so they told us. Yeah, that was another thing. When we were told about the site. Because we were looking for sites, and we tried sites in Kent, and Kent was just full of wankers, basically.
Oh no!
Who didn't want to get involved in any way, shape, or form.
Far more suitable sites too.
Yeah. What we were looking for, we needed a source of water. We needed a source of food. So when the person sold the idea to us, they said, "There's fish in a lake that you can eat. There's there's all kinds of
we fish there. We keep it stocked as a fishing lake.
Yeah,
okay,
we're like,
cool.
Okay, sweet. Edible fish. We're like, cool. There are rabbits there, and they're good to eat. We're like, this is great. Like, well, I want to hunt rabbits. Like, I was prepared to make a spear. I've been whittling a spear, and I was pretty good at knife throwing. I've been practicing. And Graham will attest to that. I was actually pretty good.
It was pretty on point, actually.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
Pun aside.
However, we took 2 looks at the fucking rabbits and realised they were absolutely riddled with disease.
Absolutely. And then it was confirmed to us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On the second day, because there was someone down by one of the lakes that we were trying to get into.
Don't eat those.
So, don't eat them. They're full of mange. Like, fuck. Okay. And other myxomatosis and
all sorts of
nonsense.
They weren't healthy.
Ants were good.
Yeah.
And fruit flies, they were tasty.
Mosquitoes loved us.
Oh, the fucking mosquitoes, man. Yeah, they were all over our shit.
Fucking mutants, they were huge.
They were absolutely massive. But anyway, so yeah, they said all this stuff, and then we find out that the fishing lake, there's like just carp in it, and you can't really eat carp, and it was locked.
Yeah, so it would have been trespassing, which wasn't on our agenda.
Yeah.
The wild food, again, you got to be careful. You don't know what's going to poison you. We had a book, but it was written about 50 years ago, and we've really naff drawn pictures, not photos. So we're like, is that this? We're not sure.
There's like
bother.
There's like these 2 types of nettles, and one of them like you can make a really good soup out of. The other one will kill you. And we're like, don't know.
Let's not. And then we go, elderflower. I know that. We could eat that. It was rancid. But we
horrible.
ate it anyway.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. You can. Well, it was like you can make a really nice elderflower tea, and then when we read the recipe, it's like, boil it, put the elderflower in. You got to put it here, and then you got to do this. Add this flour. I can't remember what it was. Add this flour, and it was like, now add honey and sugar. I'm like, I haven't got fucking honey and sugar just wandering around. They're not pots of it, just fucking wandering around like a Winnie the Pooh 2D fucking platform game.
They're a sugarcane field.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
Well, we're not in Minecraft, buddy. So yeah, that was kind of a bust.
We had been playing a copious amount of Minecraft before we went. We thought it was literally, we're going to go to this woods,
punch this tree.
We're going to punch this tree and make a pickaxe.
Log cabin.
Great, cool. Where's some stone?
How cool would it have been if we'd have just made a log cabin?
We would have just had a fucking castle had it been Minecraft.
Yeah, absolutely.
That easy.
Absolutely.
We just punt a cow until it falls over and gives us steak.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's apparently how it works.
So one of the things that I remember most was just about how on that third day when wandering we were miserable.
Oh yeah,
because we'd had that visit from the police, and it was all like the water filter had started to break, and we're like, we've only got half a day's water left, and we felt like we'd failed, and
genuinely. I just thought we fucking suck at this.
Yeah, this was and so I was wondering and. I remember sitting on a park bench, and you don't realise how nice a park bench is when you've been sleeping rough. And when we say there was a mattress, I don't mean it wasn't like a brand new mattress. It was old.
It was old
as fuck.
To be thrown out, kind of old. But it was the nicest thing. Really, it was. Day 2, and again, we weren't kind of out of our creature comfort situation at that point. But to find that was lovely. But then that day 3, when we just found that park bench and sat on it and went, "This is awesome."
Yeah.
And I can't express why. And then we sort of think, well, this is life to some people.
Yeah.
And that kind of put us back into focus and thought, well, no, fuck it, we're going to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
These guys don't have a choice. We're going to go do it. It's going to be great. And then literally 24 hours later, we're like, fuck no.
Yeah.
I genuinely felt like a massive failure at that point.
Yeah.
We'd let some people down. However, we had raised the money, and we wanted to tell our story, and we went and did that, and then we got laughed at.
Mm-hmm.
And then Crisis didn't thank us.
No, not at all.
You know, we had a lot of support from our friends, basically saying, you know, you did the right thing,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. But after that, it was just kind of, well, fuck this noise. You know, why did we do this? You know, we could have done this in our back gardens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It was. I'd love to go back there just to see what it looks like. You know, 2 years on, but it is a 2-hour drive just to go and have a look at a place.
Mm.
Yeah, it is a shame, and you're right. I did feel like a failure. But yeah, at the end of the day, oh god, football analogy.
Oh god.
You know, we raised. It was between £400 and £500.
Yeah, it was around that mark.
And you know, managed to spend 3 whole days out in the woods. And I know a lot of people who couldn't spend a night in the woods.
Yeah, like we genuinely lived on the little provisions that we had.
Yeah,
we genuinely lived on like found and bought water.
Yeah,
we made a shelter that worked.
Yeah,
you know, we had a fire going the entire time.
Yeah.
You know, on basic stuff, we didn't have matches as such, did we? I mean, we did, but we kept it going.
We had like a packet. I think it was like a box of matches.
Yeah, I mean, basically we went out there with the equivalent of one person's bug out bag.
Yeah,
and a bug out bag is supposed to last you 3 days.
Yeah,
you know, and we went out there with a sleeping bag, a poncho.
Yeah,
enough provisions for one person, not 2 of us, one person for 3 days. Enough water for one person for 3 days.
Yeah,
you know, clean socks, that kind of thing. Because underwear, you know, it's important. You got to keep yourself dry.
Yeah.
And you know, it worked, and we were able to survive that long.
Yeah.
You know, and then we started really having to think about it, and I thought, right, okay, we're going to have to survive another 4 days here. Without anything.
If we weren't 2 hours away from home, like if we had been like, I don't know, a 20-mile walk from home, anywhere in Kent, I'd done it.
Yeah.
Because if I got sick, I got sick.
And it would have been literally a half a day walk.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. Or, well, you know.
But unfortunately, we
left the phones in the car. If we got into trouble, we could have just called someone.
Unfortunately, we were several hundred miles away from our home. No idea where the nearest hospital was. If one of us had got sick, then it would have. It could have been incredibly dangerous. And of course, like there's going to be I say hundreds of you. There are going to be tens of you listening, going, "Yeah, but I've survived doing blah blah." And that's good
fine.
for you. That's
cool.
like fucking great.
Please comment. You know, like we know how we feel.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
And that's that. I mean,
it's 2 years on now. Like you're not gonna be able to like make me feel.
The press made us feel bad, so don't worry. Like, you're not gonna do anything worse.
Absolutely. But yeah, I just going back to that when we were at the park bench, like you don't truly understand quite how offensive advertising can be when you've got nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
You know, you slept rough. I only slept rough for 2 days, and seeing 2 for 1 on a packet of biscuits when you can't scratch together the 60p.
Yeah.
And you've not eaten properly in 3 days,
and you're hungry as hell. Like, we were. I mean, we had what?
And we just walked for like 15 fucking miles.
Yeah, and we did that on empty stomach. We did that. We were tired. We were hungry. We were fucked up. Yeah, and it was hot. Like,
it was warm. Yeah,
it was very warm. And you know, like we genuinely hadn't eaten properly for 3-4 days at that point. And we went on a 15-mile walk and enjoyed it. You know,
that's the thing. I believe you lost half a stone.
Yeah, I did
in that time, and I lost about 8 pounds.
Yeah.
So yeah,
because we had like basic provisions and baby bells.
Yeah, and like me and Graham, you know, we're quite considerably above the average size for a man.
Yeah.
You know, even me at the weight I am now, like
we would have been fine. Like without food, there's not a problem. It's the water that concerned me.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest things was like having stuff to do.
Yeah, keeping your mind occupied.
Yeah, that was.
Rather than sitting there, let depression kick in. You're just like, oh my god, what is life? You know, and we're just keeping each other like trying to keep our spirits up, and you know, and you realise just what people go through.
Yeah.
And we'd only had a small taste of that.
Yeah, tiny.
And we give up at the first sort of hurdle, really. And you know, I did feel bad.
But I tell you what, though, I recommend fucking all of you.
Just go do it.
One night. Just sleep one night rough. And I'm not talking like after a drunk night out. I'm talking like with all your facets about you.
Go do it.
Go fucking do it. Because you'll get chased by the police. You'll get moved on. You might even get like attacked. But then you'll get it. And the next time you see someone that's homeless, you know, you might think twice as to whether, you know, why they're homeless and what's going on. Or even, you know, I'm not saying give them money, but like you won't ignore them. You know, give them a smile, give them a nod of recognition.
A friend of mine told me about this, and I've done it ever since. Is like the sides of McDonald's cups have got free cups of coffee if you fill them up.
Yeah.
If you're not bothered about collecting them, get your mates to give you the stickers and then give it to the next homeless person and make them smile.
Yeah.
Honestly, it'll make their day. If they're genuinely homeless and they're not after crack, you know, give them that and it'll make their day.
Yeah.
Because it's a free cup of coffee for someone who desperately needs it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've done it a couple of times now and it makes me feel good. It certainly makes them feel good.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, just go do that. I mean, I don't want to preach it. It's getting a bit preachy now. But, you know... yeah, little things, because you can make someone's day. Right.
Cool. Well, we got 10 minutes left now. I mean, we can go on, but
let's not.
I don't mind. I don't mind overrunning. Fucking this podcast has gone on for like an hour and 40 before. You know, we're only getting close to the hour. Right. So, I want to ask you something.
Okay.
About something that I have little knowledge about that makes me inexplicably angry. And it's probably still going to make me angry, but maybe you can teach me, and then maybe I'll have a little bit more understanding, because I prompted some unwarranted online hate for a comment I made.
I know what's coming.
From a dude who I thought was my friend, who just kind of attacked me out of the blue. In what I'm going to call like a drive-by Facebook abuse. Because I got a message and then was ignored after I went, what was that about? So, still don't know what it was about. But, Graham.
Yes.
You vape.
I vape.
You've vaped for 3 years now?
Probably close to 4 or 5.
Okay,
yeah.
Sure. Why? I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to do this without prejudice and anger.
It's going to get angry.
Why? Probably. Why the fuck? Why? No. Why? Why do people... And I use that term loosely. Why do people feel the need to make big clouds happen on their vape, and then do cloud competitions? Why do they do that, Graham? Why do they do that? See, I did it. I'm really proud of myself.
You did it, and there was only minimal anger, people. There's about to get a lot more anger.
Right, why?
By my answer. Okay. Competitive vaping is definitely a thing.
Don't call it that.
It is a thing, Mike. Alright? You could say the same thing about competitive gaming. Almost. Why do people go online?
I've almost that much disdain for that as well.
Okay, but that's definitely a thing.
Right.
Now, I appreciate most people have a vape to give up smoking and, you know, everything else. For some people, it becomes a hobby.
Right.
And they collect these things.
Yeah.
And they start becoming concerned about that kind of thing. Now,
why?
I'm holding people a rebuildable atomizer that people build themselves, and you have coils of wire that you make and you put into the thing.
Why do you make the coils of wire?
Because you can then tailor it to how you want it to be.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean how you want it to be? Does it affect the taste?
Yes, massively.
Okay. Well, right.
Okay, it's a lot more flavourful depending on what you want. Some people are after clouds, some people are after flavour. Personally, I'm after a bit of both. But I lean more towards the flavour side. I like things to taste nice. Because I'm into food, and I like things to taste nice.
Well, yeah.
Some people, however,
right,
want to blow the biggest cloud.
Why? Why do they want to do that? I don't understand. I want to be a fucking train. Choo 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 choo. Look at me. I've got the biggest dick in the room. I come in, I'm like a fucking smoke machine. Why? Why do they... Sorry, carry on.
That was a small taste of the anger, because I'm about to drop another truth bomb. So you build things yourself. Now,
right.
When you enter a cloud competition...
Yeah.
Here's how it works.
Right.
I'll explain how it works, and maybe you'll be educated into the thing.
I still don't understand why, Greg. Why do these people want... Why do they want a big cloud? Why don't they just buy a smoke machine? If they want a big cloud. Is it because they made the cloud?
It's because they made the
happen
cloud.
with their cheeks and mouth.
You like superpowers, okay? These people's superpowers...
Making a big fucking cloud isn't a superpower, you just like a twat. Sorry, carry on.
Or they're ninjas.
No, they're not fucking ninjas, because it's only coming from their face. You're not going, oh, smoke bomb,
screen.
but you can, oh, now I'm headless. Woo, I'm a ghost. Sorry, carry on.
Here is how a cloud competition works.
Fuck's sake, yeah.
You rock up at a venue, alright?
Brilliant.
You're there. You have lots of other cloud chasers
Are
there.
snapbacks fucking mandatory, or do they just all like to wear them?
Apparently they do.
Brilliant.
Usually branded with their favourite
Superman
vape gear.
fucking haircut as well? Is that a thing?
Probably. Some form of hoodie, I would imagine. I think skinny jeans are usually a thing as well. Sorry, I'm just trying to push his buttons now. Okay, so you rock up at the cloud competition wearing some of that paraphernalia.
I'd say with your friends, but you probably haven't fucking got any! Yeah.
Usually there's a squad of you.
Of course there's a squad!
Squad goals.
Because it's a team sport! Yeah.
I know. You know, you have your swag on you. Okay, I'll stop now. Now, what happens is you have your mod, your modified device that you have with your rebuildable atomizer on the top that is empty. People, it is empty.
It's got no coil in it.
It's got no coil in it at this point.
Right.
You are then given half an hour to build your thing.
Well, to put a wire in it.
To put the wire in, absolutely, and to put the cotton in there, the wicking material, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it has to be within certain specs. You're given the specs, you do the build, you hand it over.
So surely there's like a best build.
No. Because the build is judged by the cloud.
But then...
Okay, bear with me. You will understand. Your questions will be answered.
Alright.
Okay, you build the thing. Yeah? You'll then have your thing tested. I'm trying not to go too deep into it.
Yeah.
Okay, you have your thing tested to see if it's within the specs of the competition.
Of course.
If it's within the specs of the competition, your thing is then taken off you. It is put into a bag with your name. Put into a bag with your name on.
Into a laser.
And it all goes in a little
shot
thing.
into the fucking moon.
Are we getting the impression that Mike's anti-vaping?
No, I'm not even. I'm not even anti-vaping. I think vaping is a cool idea, but it's like being vegan. You want to be vegan, you fucking be vegan. And if we're in a place where it needs to be known that you're fucking vegan, then you can crack on and tell anyone in the fucking room that you're a vegan. What I don't need is fucking competitions about how fucking vegan you are, or fucking you telling the fucking world using a big cloudy sign going, look everyone, look at me, I'm a prick, look at my choo-choo vape. The fucking nonsense is what it is. It's fucking nonsense. Sorry, carry on. So, they put it in a fucking bag, and then it goes in a special vape pot where they worship Vaporius, the god of fucking clouds. Right?
Right, your thing's taken off you.
Yeah.
You're then handed your thing when it's your heat.
What?
Okay.
Right.
You then stand back to back with a fellow vapor. Okay. You're given the
Surely
same.
the snapbacks get in a fucking way if you do that.
Not if you're facing away from each other. Okay.
Don't you turn them around like you're a fucking Pokemon trainer?
Apparently.
Like you're about to release fucking coughing.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Something like that.
Fine.
There's a lot of preconceptions, so he's not allowing me to.
No, it's fucking just tell the
quash.
fucking story.
But it's fine. You then, given your thing, it's juiced up.
What I'm
with the
saying
same...
is that they all dress like Pokemon trainers.
Yes,
Sorry,
absolutely.
carry
I get it. I think everyone in the world gets it.
on. Alright, fine.
Okay. You then get given your thing back. You then get it juiced up with the same juice. So then it's just down to you, your build, and how well you throw a cloud. Okay.
What do you mean?
So then, what happens? You
Yeah.
get told, mod's in the air, so you hold your mod up.
Mods in the air.
Okay. You're then allowed a 3-second purge, in which...
What's a 3-second purge? Not a little wank.
If he'd let me...
Sorry. Alright, fucking crack on.
Yeah, anyway, 3-second purge.
Yeah.
A purge, people, is this, where you force the air out of your lungs and you heat up your coils at the same time. Like that. Okay. Then you inhale for 3 more seconds.
Okay.
And then you exhale for 4 seconds.
Right.
And then there's usually some form of measure, which is judged by 2 people. You then get the best of 3, and whoever is deemed to throw the biggest cloud among the judges wins that heat. It then carries on. There's a final, and you then get stuff, usually.
What do you mean stuff?
Liquid.
Okay.
Stuff. Toys to build with.
Okay.
Sometimes money. Because there are people in America that earn a decent living off of
No,
this shit.
fuck off! No, they don't. No, shut up.
Because
No.
some of the prizes, particularly in the States anyway, for this kind of stuff, is about $1,500.
What the fucking Jesus shitty flapping Christ cunt fuck is going on where we can afford $1,500 fucking dollars for people who can think they're a fucking train? God fucking Christ. Right, so what happens in England?
So in England...
Why are we okay with this? We're fucking Britain. We're the land of prog, grey weather and melancholy tea. Why are we okay with... Stop it! All of you! You silly cunts! There's more to life. Fucking build Meccano. Get a fucking dirty old car, sit under it and make it a good car. Do the good things. You want to throw fucking clouds? Build a model railway set. Alright, then what happens?
You done?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You done putting your opinions on some people that might want to know?
Oh, fuck. If you fucking want to know more about vape, start in the fucking gentlemanly chat, you prick. No, I mean, we're all here to learn, and let's all hold fucking hands and sing Kumbaya. Look, I asked you the question I wanted to know. This is me learning as best I can without succumbing to the fucking infinitesimal rage.
One would argue you're succumbing a little.
Well, maybe I am, but it's fucking stupid.
It's to you.
No, don't fucking to me. Don't give me any of that. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, bollocks. It's fucking nonsense.
Some people think gaming is stupid.
And those people are pricks. Or
Some
baby
people think
boomers.
comic books are stupid.
Those people can take a long walk off a short fucking plank and all.
Exactly.
Clouding isn't art. Although, actually, maybe it is. Because the definition of art is something that elicits a response. And it certainly elicited a fucking response. So maybe it is art. Just like modern art. Just like when someone paints a bin and puts it in the middle of a room and goes, look at this, it's art. Look at me, I'm an artist. Look at me producing a cloud. Like a fucking dragon. But with none of the cool bits like fire, scales, or loads of gold. I'm just going to make a big fucking smile. You blow a fucking cloud in my face! I will cut you! Right, that's fucking it. Right. Stop blowing it, you blow that fucking cloud in my face. I swear to God, Graham, I will fucking... Right. I'm just going to keep punching you until the feelings go away. You fucking Jeb. Right. This is why you're not allowed on.
You asked the question. No.
Yes, well, that's a mistake on my part, clearly. But I tried to learn. I tried. I did my best. I did. Stop blowing the fucking cloud in my face! I will cut you. Right, that's it. No more questions. That was Graham. I'm Mike. Keep it geek and see you next week. Nigel the Dream Horse is dead, as you know. Fuck off, all of you. You've made me very upset. Goodbye.